Welcome to my craft room. Today we're going to do a Canada card, and I am using the Alpine House Collection and the Alpine Neighborhood from Poppy Stamps. And I didn't use this cloud die, but I did use the dynamic set here, and that is for my hills. It is called Stitched Snowdrifts. And this Leah Griffith set from Hero Arts, I am using Winter Bears and my Lawn Fawn die, and that set is called Snowy Backdrop. So I always cut the tops of my dies there so I don't have to use that sticky and always get them stuck when I open up the plastic. Now my card base is 5 by 6.5. It's really 5 by 6 because I'm scoring it at the halfway mark, and it is going to be a book style. So I'm putting some 1/4 inch double-sided tape, 2 on there because it's 1/2 inch, and there you have it, a perfectly 5 by 6 card. So I'm taking my snowy drop backdrop die, and I cut it out of 140-pound cardstock. The cardstock, I get at the stationery store. I order it because it's so beautifully thick. Now I am using this Distress ink. It is black soot. And I took 2 different kinds of blue. I took 3, but I'm using 2. And you can use any colors of your choice here. I wanted to get a beautiful night sky with the Distress inks. And I took 2 reds and 2 yellows. And when you run your yellow into your blue, you get your green. So it works out really well. And I'm moving at a great speed, aren't I? Yeah, it'd be great to do all our crafts like that, wouldn't it? So now I'm taking the red and I'm going right in the middle. So you saw me just wipe off some on the mat. And then even though it looks like I pushed it down into the paper, I did it so lightly at first. And then I gradually brought it up to the red so that there weren't any circle lines. Now I'm adding some of the yellow and I'm bringing it up into the blue just to get a little bit of the green on the bottom, not much. And this 140-pound cardstock is beautiful to distress. This black soot is being added to the top. I wanted to make it really black so that these little gut pieces that came out of the die when we first ran it through the die cutting machine, because when you see that night sky in the aurora borealis, though the stars are just shooting across the sky, it's absolutely beautiful. So I wanted to have that effect. Now, here, this is Recollections paper. It is a gold paper with the whole back has tape on it, and it's in a roll, and it's a really good deal if you use your 40% coupon. So I took a piece of that, and I'm adding the double-sided tape around the edges, and I'm going to apply the actual piece over there on top so that when you look at the stars and the snow falling, you get a little bit of glitter, just a hint of glitter. And this glitter does not come off on this sheet. So that's a bonus to have that underneath. And so I'm just pressing it down nicely. And I want to make sure that I don't lose any of those little snow and stars that I placed in, because they're going to have to come back out because I'm going to glue them in there with glossy accents. Isn't that pretty? All the colors. I think it's just a pretty night sky. And then we're going to move on here and actually create the card. So I grabbed a piece of 120-pound cardstock that I get at Michael's, and that black cardstock is thick. It's thicker than the 120-pound white, believe it or not. I don't know how that happened, but if you can get it at your Michael's, you will be really happy with it. So I am taking out the house set there, the Alpine Neighborhood set, and my white cardstock, and I ran that through the Vagabond. I ran it through 3 times because I want to make it stand up like a 3D card. And now I'm making the snowdrifts. I only want 2 of them on the bottom, so that will be lovely. I'm going to raise one of them up. The bottom one I'm going to put the double-sided tape on, and then the top one is going to lay flat just to get a little bit of dimension. So they're a little tad long, so I needed to cut them off. And now I'm situating the little photopolymer bears just to see where I want them. This set is lovely. And now I'm taking some flat gold cardstock in my stash, and that is going to be for behind the little houses. I wanted it to look like it was being lit up and behind the church and behind the houses. So I'm just tracing them out here, making it easy to cut out. And then I'm going to put acetate behind the roofs that are on the houses. I wanted to get a little shine, like it, you could see through and see the beautiful northern lights. And so I'm cutting that out. And it does look a tad tedious, but it isn't. Trust me, it's just a relaxing card to make. So I'm taking some Tombow Monomalti and I am going to put that over top of the gold flat cardstock. And then it just looks like a little bit of gold. The lights are on, and I'm putting this on acetate, and I'm going to take as much of the glue off. I'm going to stamp it once on the acetate to remove some of it there, and then it's going to dry, and that way I have the acetate in the roof to look shiny on the card. That's all it's for. Now I'm cutting out some more of the flat gold cardstock, and we are going to start to assemble the card. There it is. Yeah, just showing you how pretty it looks. And I want to take this time once again to always thank my subscribers and those that are viewing my videos. It means a great deal to me for you to take the time to do that. I'm removing some of the Tombow Multi. Come on, Carol. Yeah, wiping it off. Tombow Monomalti. There you go. I remember when I first started crafting, I couldn't spit that out if you paid me. But, and obviously it hasn't stuck. Get it? Stuck. So here we go, putting it on the last piece, cutting the roof out and putting it on the acetate. And then we are going to start the preparation for the houses to go on. Yeah, I took a bit of paper towel. Now what I do when I stamp my images after they're cut with the die, I make a template. And it sits up a little higher and it gives me a perfect stamp every time. I'll show you as we go on. Now this is Stays On, and it's a new Stays On gray ink, so I needed to get some little glue dots and put the lid on it so it always stuck there when I opened it. And I am going to do the bear in gray. There I just wiped it on the palm of my hand to take some of the stickiness off it so it got a nice crisp stamp. See how I took my stencil that I made and I put it over top of the bear, and you get a perfect stamp when you do that. Now I'm going to put down the snowshoes. I mean, what Canadian card can't, it has to have snowshoes, and I'm putting, I want to get the right image as I'm stamping, so I do a few, and we are going to cut them out. I'm going to stamp them right there on my hillside, but I'm going to add another one, because when you walk on snowshoes, one is in the snow and one is above. So I want to have one standing up. It's those little things I like to do on the cards, the little details. So yeah, I'm having a heyday with those snowshoes, aren't I? And I'm only using one. There you go. And I'm just placing them on there, and that's when I realize I'm going to put one up and one down. Now, this is Black Stays On acetate. And I am going to use alcohol inks to make the background in 3 different colors: gold, blue, and yellow. So what you do is you take it on your, stamp out your image. In this case it's trees. I'm adding green and gold and blue right there. And then you're going to fold it and smush it. And once you do that, all the colors go inside. It's just beautiful. You could do it the other way around too. You could smush then stamp, because that way you would get the image where you want the colors, right? So here's where I take my guts out and I'm putting them all back in with glossy accents to make sure they don't move. I've already placed my card down, I think here. I can't tell, but nope, here it is. I'm putting it down now. Yeah, I saw it move a little bit, so I knew it wasn't quite down there. And there you have it. All the little stars and the snowflakes that I want white are on there. And now I'm taking my church, my houses, and I'm going to set them up on the hill the way I want them. Now the large church house there, I want it to be 3D. So I have the first image, which doesn't have acetate on it. I put that down first. And then the next image with the gold behind it, I put that on over top of the snowdrift. You will see that as I am placing it down. So I'm just cutting it out to make it even. And I'm going to put that hill that just went down there, that will go down flat first. I'll use the Tombow Monomulti. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm getting neat now. I'm placing everything on a red piece of paper so that, yeah, I have to have my work area kind of organized when I'm putting it all together. So I just placed it all on the red cardstock. I thought you could see it easily too. And now I'm putting the Tombow Monomulti down. So this house will be behind the hill, the flat piece that has nothing on it. This is the church house, and it is going to go just behind there. And then my gold piece with the acetate roof will come over top of the hillside, so it looks like it's standing out because it is in the front. And then my little house that's in the back will be just flat, and I'll use the Tombow Monomulti. So I'm taking off the roll of sticky tape, and I'm setting it right there over top of the hillside. Yeah, there you have it. Well, there we go. Now I'm going to put this one down. I'm trying to decide, do I want little bigger? So while I'm thinking about that, there we go. I just placed the other hillside down. So I guess I did decide on putting that one down, eh? And this is this is a card challenge for Canada, and this is what I thought of when I thought of my home country, Canada. I thought of the Aurora Borealis, Northern Lights. I thought of church. I thought of snowshoes. I thought of snow, starry nights, and polar bears, and more snow. Yes. So here you have it. We are starting to put things together. So I put the first bear down, and I'm going to color him with my W1, W2, and C2 markers. And this is the one for the outside because I make it a little 3D. I pop him up, the little mama bear. There you see it getting colored, but I also color the one here that's underneath, because if that top piece ever fell off, you have a spare under there. It's all colored. Or you look on the side, right? You want to see it all nice and colored. So I'm going back. That gave the Copic a little time to dry. And I'm going back just to add a little bit dimension onto Mama Bear, because she will be going on top of the other image. And then I grab my enamel accents for the eyes, the ear, and the smile, and the nose. I put the black enamel accents. I really like it because it stands out beautifully. There, I'm just testing it on the paper. So a little eye, little nose, and his ear, and a cutesy wootsy little smile, and we're finished with him. So here are my cutout fussy cut pine trees. Yes, you have to have northern pine trees. And I'm going to show you something at the end that I do with the heat tool to make them look a little bit more realistic. It curls the ends when you add heat. So I'm thinking, okay, where are these going to go? There's a small one. I end up with 3 trees that I use. And now I'm setting down, I set the other church house on the right, and then I'm going to add the little house on the left, possibly. Yeah, where's this little pine tree going to go? He's going to go right by the cutesy little baby bear. Isn't that a cute set? Oh, it is so crazy cute. Now I am going to decide, okay, we have got to put the one snowshoe on there so it looks 3D, the front one. So I'm going to add some 3-dimensional tape on the back, and I'm going to color it in with my Copic markers, the W1, W2, and C3. And I'm going to add the strings on there just to give it a little bit of dimension. And we are going to move on to the snow, my favorite part. Oh yes. And yeah, there you have it. It's so nice to take a card and make a creation out of it, isn't it? And this is the snow applique. And when I use this, I don't just drag one little bit, I add little bunches of it all over. So I wanted to have some under the trees, under Baby Bear, and here's where I'm starting to lift up the acetate with my heat tool, a little bit at a time. And then when I go back in with some of the, when I heat set this snow applique so it's all poofy, I take it onto the little sprig ends and they curl up and it's so cute. You'll see it at the end of the card. So I do a little bit at a time. I heat set it to see how it looks. Look at how it gets all poofy when you heat it. Isn't that amazing? Put some under Mama Bear. She needs some. And of course, my houses can't be floating in air, so I add some of the applique to the bottom of the houses to look like more snow. And then I add some little snowballs all over, and I actually put some on the acetate trees that came out really nice. So because it looks like it's snowing, right? You have all of that snow coming down, so you want to have a little bit on your trees. There you go. Just little teensy bits. And now I'm taking my Copic multi-liner and making those snowshoes stand out a bit. And you can see that I hit the white paper. So what do? A snowball. Goes right over top. So I am just coming to the end here. I want to thank you so much for joining me and all the encouragement I get with your wonderful comments on my videos. And this is my take on Canada, my Canadian card of Northern Lights. And there you can see the shininess and the snow and the polar bear and the beautiful sky. Have a blessed day.